Trump's House of Cards empire just lost its secret ace, and the fallout is about to blast him and his buddy Diddy straight into the legal thunderstorm of the decade. Picture this. Maurene Comey, the prosecutor Trump fired like yesterday's intern, finally breaks her silence and drops a two-line statement that feels like a Category 5 hurricane warning. She says, "Fear is the tool of a tyrant. Storm's coming." That's it. Boom. Mic drop. The internet catches fire, and every gossip blog headline screams the same thing. Comey's got receipts, and the villains are shaking in their designer loafers. You're probably wondering how we leapt from hip-hop parties to White House panic buttons, so buckle up. Maurene Comey isn't just any lawyer. She's the daughter of James Comey, the FBI director Trump kicked to the curb in 2017. She's the woman who nailed Ghislaine Maxwell, chased down Jeffrey Epstein's shadow coins, and spent 3 quiet years stitching together a monster mesh of bank transfers, surveillance footage, and hush money payouts that laced Diddy's penthouse freak-offs straight to hotels branded with Trump in screaming gold letters. She had everything lined up for trial until she got booted without explanation 3 days after Diddy dodged the worst charges, and Trump hinted he might grant clemency if asked nicely. Coincidence? Yeah. And I'm the Tooth Fairy. First, let's rewind that messy tape that starts in 2010 when hotel security staff at Manhattan's Trump International started logging late-night suite rentals under shell companies with names like Bad Boy Touring Custodial LLC. Maurene's subpoenas exposed those shells as funnels for 6-figure wire transfers that matched Diddy's tour stops to the minute. She flagged 19 suspicious ledgers, copies she still owns, and discovered a pattern. Every time an escort reported being moved for privacy, a comped suite popped up in Trump's ledger, paid by a debit card from the same bank as Diddy's tour accountant. Those suites had fake names, 0 room service charges, and checkout times logged as staff closed. The staff code means the guest left before sunrise, leaving the key with security, and someone else wiped the record. That is not normal hotel behavior, unless your night comes with NDAs and bleach. Jump to 2015, when Cassie Ventura's hallway beating leaked on a security tape. According to sworn testimony, Diddy's manager shoved a paper bag stuffed with $100 bills, stacked to about $100,000, into that security guard's hand while whispering, "You never saw him hit her." Maurene put it in an obstruction motion. The bag money is why the guard kept silent, why the tape got buried, and why Diddy walked free on assault. It's also the exact moment Trump's name creeps into the footnotes. Same month, Trump's hotel logs show a maintenance shutdown on the floor where the camera cables ran. Maintenance my foot. Maurene's IT expert found the cables cut and replaced. She wanted the jury to hear that. Her boss said, "Not relevant." Poof, motion denied. Evidence sealed. Guard freaked into silence. You see how the villain system works? Money, power, and hush. Fast forward to spring 2024, in a Manhattan courtroom so packed they ran out of benches. Maurene presents 42 witnesses, bodyguards, dancers, chauffeurs, the whole guest list. One driver testifies Diddy paid him double to stash a suitcase in Trump's hotel penthouse because the other spot's too hot. Another witness, an event planner, describes watching Diddy hand a man who looked like federal staff an envelope just hours before an Epstein document deadline. By day 20, the jury's eyes are bulging, the press gallery is buzzing, and Twitter is trending number Diddygate. Then, boom, Maurene is fired. Official letter says, "Performance issues, please." Her conviction record is cleaner than a Swiss bank vault. Trump's campaign team tweets, "About time they cleaned house." And Diddy's lawyers immediately file to dismiss 2 remaining counts, claiming prosecutorial misconduct. But here's the juicy part everyone missed. The whistleblower memo Maurene dropped 48 hours later. It's only 6 sentences long, sent to every attorney in the U.S. Attorney's Office. The meat: do not let fear guide your discretion. Retain all materials. The public interest outweighs personal risk. Translation: I'm not alone. Copies exist. Unleash the Kraken if they bury me. Overnight, junior clerks back up their laptops, paralegals print double sets, and coffee maker gossip morphs into a secret archive network. This woman set off a freedom domino line, and you can feel it rumbling through every DOJ corridor. Now, let's shove Trump into the spotlight. 2 months before Maurene's firing, Trump stood on the South Lawn claiming, "Diddy's legal troubles seem overblown," adding he'd consider a pardon after reviewing the facts. That wink was basically Morse code for "keep the donations flowing." Remember, Diddy's Bad Boy Entertainment bankrolled an inauguration party back in 2017. Never publicly billed. Guess who cut the security check? A Nevada LLC called Patriot Pause, later flagged for late campaign disclosures. Patriot Pause is also the LLAC that shows up in Maurene's hotel ledger crossmatch. Same routing number, same bank, same donor hush. But why is Trump sweating harder than Diddy? Because Maurene's files allegedly tie Epstein's missing flight manifest to nights booked at 2 Trump-branded hotels, one in D.C., one in Miami. If she proves Trump's staff intentionally slowed subpoenas or destroyed camera backups, we leap from bad optics to a criminal conspiracy to obstruct justice. That's table-flipping news. Suddenly, the power dynamic flips. Diddy becomes the bagman witness, Trump the prime target, and Maurene the hero who saw it all before they shoved her out the side door. Mid-video reveal time, right at that sweet 12-minute mark. According to 2 Senate aides whispering to Politico, Maurene showed them scanned originals of those hotel ledgers and a thumb drive of CCTV stills. One image allegedly shows a Trump Organization senior vice president escorting a woman with a blurred face into a service elevator reserved for housekeeping. At 2:17 a.m., the night after Epstein's first arrest, that elevator has no public cameras. The woman's face is pixelated, but the badge on the VP's lapel is clear as a sunrise. If those stills go public, they demolish every "I barely knew the guy" defense Trump ever raised about Epstein, Diddy, or any VIP paying to keep secrets locked tight. And if the VP flips to save himself, baby, grab your popcorn, let's zoom back to Diddy's disaster. Even with a partial acquittal, he's bleeding money. Revolt's advertisers yanked half their slots, Cyrock iced its billboard campaign, and Spotify quietly dropped him from 3 flagship playlists. He tried to spin a redemption arc, Instagram Live, violin music. "I'm donating to women's shelters." Nobody buys it. Meanwhile, his lawyers whisper to Trump's camp, "Is that pardon chat still alive?" Trump's team stops returning calls. Loyalty lasts exactly as long as leverage. With Maurene's files hanging overhead like a sword on fishing line, Trump can't risk one more eyebrow-raising favor. Diddy's left holding his own bag of hush money, minus the hush. Maurene, freshly unemployed but far from defeated, calls a closed-door sit-down with the Senate Judiciary Committee. She carries a black metal briefcase, no logo, 3 combination locks, 1 fingerprint slider. Reporters film her walking in. The feed loops on TikTok and racks up 10 million views by midnight. Inside the room, she allegedly plays 30 seconds of muted surveillance footage. A man who resembles Diddy handing a hotel security guard a bulging yellow envelope. Timestamp 3:12 a.m., June 18, 2015. Same night, Cassie's hallway tape disappeared. The committee goes silent. One senator reportedly mutters, "This changes everything." Cameras outside catch a staffer crying into her phone like she just watched the series finale of her favorite soap. Back in celebrity land, Diddy's brand crumbles faster than day-old croissants. Luxury fashion collabs vanish, his vodka line loses shelf space, TikTokers flame him with dance challenges titled "Number Bad Boy" behind bars. On the political stage, Trump rails against weaponized justice at rallies, promising to dismantle the DOJ deep state that humiliated his friend. But polls show voters side-eyeing the whole affair. Suburban moms in Wisconsin don't vibe with rap mogul sex trafficking headlines crossing paths with the Oval Office. Independent voters bounce, fundraisers stall. Trump's war chest can't plug that morale leak forever. Enter our hero again. Maurene quietly files a whistleblower complaint with the Office of Special Counsel, citing retaliation tied to material evidence suppression. If the OSC sides with her, the government must investigate. If they drag their feet, she can go public under protected speech. Either lane ends with the documents pressing sunlight at warp speed. The villains are trapped. Diddy can't cozy back into white party chic. Trump can't tweet the storm away. And Maurene, once the silent stitcher behind the scenes, becomes the face of fearless accountability. Wild twist number 2 lands 15 minutes into our saga. A leaked airport manifest surfaces on a hacker forum. It shows a Gulfstream registered to Diddy's touring company landing at Palm Beach International at 3 a.m., April 2012, with one DJT listed as a non-paying passenger. The flight coincides with a known Epstein party weekend. Trump's team screams, "Forged." Aviation nerds cross-check the aircraft tail number and confirm the jet's transponder ping matches the timestamp. Aviation data doesn't lie, folks. If that manifest is genuine, and Maurene's files say she already subpoenaed the jet's maintenance records, Trump's "I barely knew him" defense just face-planted. Brands, fans, and even former allies run for the hills. Kanye West tweets a clown emoji at Diddy and a storm cloud at Trump. Rihanna posts a cryptic Instagram story of a gavel smashing a golden record captioned "Justice on Replay." Hashtags "Dark Storms Coming" and "Talk Comey Crush It" hit 500 million views across social platforms. Music festivals boot Diddy from nostalgia lineups. Political talk shows book legal analysts instead of campaign spokespeople because everyone wants the hot tea on potential RICO charges. Cable ratings skyrocket. Drama Drip watches our average view duration climb. And yes, babes, that mid-video twist saved retention. Thank you, Maurene. Final sprint to the end. Remember, our blueprint says hammer the villain's downfall hard. Diddy's sentencing date arrives. The judge cites credible evidence of witness intimidation and slaps him with the maximum on the remaining counts. 12 years, with eligibility for parole at 6. Cameras catch him blinking in disbelief, lips glued shut. No platinum shades, no swagger walk, just the slow shuffle in county-issued slip-ons. Outside, protesters chant, "Women's stories matter," waving storm cloud cartoons with lightning bolts shaped like gavels. Meanwhile, Trump's legal team files an emergency motion to block the Senate from subpoenaing hotel ledgers, claiming executive privilege. Newsflash: executive privilege doesn't cover private business ledgers, especially ones tied to alleged felonies. The judge schedules a hearing, and for the first time since he branded everything he touches, Trump's gilded confidence looks cracked. A single camera zooms in on the sweat bead rolling down his cheek. That shot will loop for years. Cue our closing promise. Maurene steps out of the courthouse after Diddy's sentencing, reporters begging for comment. She pauses on the steps, looks dead into the nearest lens and says, "Villains thought they could silence justice. Turns out, they silence themselves." Boom, roll thunder, SFX, fade to black, end card. Subscribe for daily drip. Tomorrow's lightning may strike the oval. Mic officially dropped.